Hello, everyone. Am I an overwriter or an underwriter? Well, it really depends on what you mean. I can be an overwriter, I suppose, even though I don't like that term when it comes to description, in the sense that sometimes I will describe more than is necessary, but that's mainly because I like experimenting and playing with language, and I don't really view storytelling as being utilitarian, where you only describe the bare minimum. However, I'm an underwriter when it comes to plot. For example, a lot of people might think that if a chapter has a lot of words in it, if there's more description than necessary, then that means that it must be a long book. But here's the thing: if you only have, let's say, a dozen or so chapters in a story, then it will still be a short book, even if there are a lot of words in a scene, or even if there are a lot of words describing a specific thing, because what what determines how long a book is isn't just how the writer writes in terms of description. What also matters is their plotting. So you can have a book where there's a lot of description that's relatively short, and you can have a book where there's not a lot of description that's very long if there's a lot of plot and there's a lot of scenes. And the reason why a lot of my books tend to be on the shorter side is that I'm an underwriter when it comes to plotting, and and there are many reasons for that. Mainly because it can be difficult to sustain a really long narrative when I am trying to describe things and be as poetic as possible, and therefore sometimes my narratives end up being shorter, especially because I prefer books that are shorter but concise, that are tightly woven, that they might not be long narratives, but they are well crafted narratives. However, the book that I'm currently writing, The Ecstasy and the Ignominy, I'm experimenting by trying to write a longer narrative. And while I'm still trying to be poetic, I'm sacrificing a little of that fervor in some scenes just to get the narrative done. So I'm definitely experimenting with longer narratives. However, I don't think there's anything wrong with a short narrative as long as it's well made.